Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second edition of CLEAP Security Conference, CLEAPCon 2022. We started CLEAP Security with the advent of new technologies coming up, and we wanted to spread the awareness around cybersecurity and other related technologies among the community. Since then, we have been bringing around a lot of industry leaders, security researchers, people from different industries, engineers, bug bounty hunters, people from academic domain to share their knowledge and to add a value add to this community. And with this, we have such great personality among us. And I would like Pooja to introduce her to all of you.
Thank you, Shivani. So now we have our speaker who has outstanding contribution in the field of education. She bagged her many national and international awards, National Teacher Award 2019, Top 50 Global Teacher Prize Finalist 2020, and Dedicated Teacher Award 2020 by Cambridge University Press UK. She has written many books, research articles, research papers, and has developed a lot of e-content, which is benefiting thousands of students across the globe. Passionate for music, she has written many and composed many songs on social issues and jingles on coding, so as to make them this field more inviting for children, especially for girls. So we are delighted to have Vinita Garg with us today.
Thank you so much, Pooja. I'm very much excited to be present here. And I think without further ado, I must start my presentation because we have a limited time and I have to complete what I really want to share today.
Sure, ma'am.
So hi everyone, as Pooja has already introduced me, I am Vinita Garg and IT head at SRDAV Public School. You know, threats of cybercrime have existed for so many years. But as the percentage of population which is connected to the internet and amount of time we spend on internet, especially due to pandemic, the cyber criminals, they have had more opportunities to grow and exploit the situation. And the only way to mitigate the risk of cyber threats is to remain educated about them. This will not only help us to gain clear understanding of various different types of cyber threats and the new cyber threats which are coming up, but also it will help us to deal with them in an ethical manner. So today I'm going to discuss 10 commandments to remain safe and smart online. And this will be followed by some interesting, cyber awareness games. And in the end, we will have musical recap. So remain glued to this session, stick to this session. And without further ado, I am starting my very first commandment. The very first one is keep your software up to date. One of the most important cybersecurity tips to mitigate some major cyber threats like ransomware is patching outdated software. And it's not only operating system, but also application software which we are using. Most malware, they target older version of software precisely, to exploit vulnerabilities that have already been fixed in newer versions. So when you fail to download and update, or you keep putting it off, I will do it later and tomorrow and then day after tomorrow, even after several warnings, or you keep old softwares that is not at all supported by the manufacturer, you are subject to attacks and failures. Software companies, they release patches time to time, which reach us in the form of software updates. So here are a few quick tips. As you can see on the screen, turn on automatic system updates for your device. Make sure that your desktop web browser uses automatic security updates, and also keep your web browser plugins like, Flash, Java, etc. also updated. So here I'm sharing with you a few steps of updating your browser. And I'm taking here an example of Google browser, and you can do the similar step for other browsers which you are using. So please open your Google Chrome browser and click on three dots and click on settings on the menu which gets popped up. And from here, click on about the Chrome and then you have to click on update Google Chrome, and then it will update your Google browser. And if you can't find this button, it means you are using the latest version of Google Chrome. So don't get worried if you're not getting this button. Then next, I'm going to share with you how you can update your plugins. For this, again, you have to click on the three dots which are present on the top right corner of your Google browser. And then you have to click now on extensions. And then you have to enable the developer mode. I hope you are able to see, which is present on the extreme top right corner. Enable the developer mode, and then you have to click on the button update, which will appear when you enable the developer mode, and this will update all your plugins or extensions. So please do this today. So next in a row is use antivirus, anti-malware, and firewall. Antivirus software, they have been most prevalent solutions since the late 1980s to fight malicious attacks. And AV software, they do what? They block malware and other malicious viruses which are trying to enter our system and compromise our data. So I must tell you, I must share with you the working of AV software. See what they do. They compile, a database of malware and other, malicious viruses which are trying to obtain access to our device and to the sensitive data which is stored on our device, and the vaccines to remediate them. So I must suggest you that your AV solution should be from a trusted vendor. Don't go for free AV softwares because they might not have all the vaccines to remediate all different type of viruses which are coming up. And one more thing which is really need to be stressed upon is that please run only one AV tool on your device. See, sometimes we try to run, in order to maximize the security, we try to run more than one AV software. But running two can mess up the malware signature database, the scanning process, and ultimately lead to slowing down the performance of our device. Then next, I will definitely suggest you to use anti-malware. But some people, they think that anti-malware and anti-virus software, they are one or the same thing. But yes, there is slight difference between the two, and it's good idea to have both of them. So malware, you can say, is a bit umbrella term for all different type of malicious softwares like trojans, spyware, worms, adware, and more. So if you have malware also in your system, it will create a layered defense within your security. It means you have multiple security control to protect your, sensitive data. And one more step which I will really ask you to do is to enable your firewall. It will definitely help you to protect your sensitive data from hackers. So firewall, they are both hardware and software based, and they can be used as a barrier between internet connection and your device. And firewall, they do what? Like they help screen out hackers and viruses and other malicious activity that is occurring over the internet, and determine what traffic is allowed to enter your device. And this time, I'm not going to ask you to buy any firewall, because the firewall is there within your system. It comes with all devices, whether it is Windows device or Mac operating system, and they are named as Windows firewall or Mac firewall only. So you just need to enable it. And one more point to stress here is again that your router should also have a firewall to prevent attacks on your networks. Like, because most of the routers, they have built-in firewall, so please make sure that your router has a built-in firewall also. So let me share with you how you can enable the firewall. So to enable the firewall, you just have to open control panel, and you have to select system and security and click on Windows Defender Firewall. So here you will find the option to enable the firewall. Now the next point in a row is use strong passwords. Passwords, I must say, they are really critical to online security, and it is very important to create strong passwords. So I'm telling you a few points how you can create a password. Like, it must be at least 8 characters, and maximum length of password can be 64 characters. It is advisable not to use the same password twice for different accounts. Use different passwords. And your password should have at least one lowercase, one uppercase, one number, and one special character. And it is always advisable to change your passwords at least once per year, just as a general refresh. And if you think, if you say you have so many accounts and it is very difficult to, to remember the password, different passwords for different accounts, then yes, you can always use a password management tool or, password account vault. That will really help you to remember different passwords for different accounts. Then these are certain things which I think you must follow in order to create strong passwords. So the first one is that please don't use name of any kind, like it can be your username or your even first name, last name, or your child or spouse name. Don't use any kind of personal information, your birthday dates, your license plate number, your telephone numbers, or any type of sensitive information like ATM number, PIN numbers, and your Aadhaar card number, etc. And also any words which are used in English or foreign language dictionaries. So these are some of the words which you should avoid while choosing your passwords. So you might be saying that I'm telling you so many do's and don'ts, don't do this and do this. So how to create a password that will be strong enough so that nobody can crack it and it is easy to remember also. So here is a solution. You can use password passphrases. So you can always choose a sentence of your choice, like but a sentence which you like most, or a quote or phrase which you really love. So I have given an example here also. The first one is passphrase, like the first passphrase is they like basking in sun in winter season. So what you can do, you can pick the first letter of every word. So here I have done, like I have taken T from day, then L for like, and B from basking, and I have made it capital B, then I for in, and instead of taking S from sun, I have made it dollar, then I for in, and W for winter, and again S from season, and I've added any number, like I've added 0 here. So you can see that this password is very strong and very difficult to crack, but it is very simple to remember also. So this way you can create very strong passwords which are really difficult to crack, but simple to remember. And again, if you really feel that you are creating a strong password, but you are not sure whether it is strong or not, you can always visit this website, howsecureismypassword.com, and you can enter your password to check the strength of your password. So please try this today. Next is the two-factor or multi-factor authentication. So as the name suggests, two-factor authentication requires one extra step to log on to a site or access any online account. So most often you first enter your login ID and then your password to enter any website. But with two-factor authentication enabled, your site will send you a text message to your mobile phone, which is usually a 6-digit or 4-digit numerical code, and it is known as verification code. And you need to enter this verification code to get access to that website. So even if you know the login ID and password, you cannot enter the website unless or until you have the verification code. So this will really prevent hackers from accessing your accounts, your bank accounts, online bank accounts, or your sensitive websites where your data is stored. Then you have multi-factor authentication also. So we can say that 2FA is a subset of multi-factor authentication, and in multi-factor authentication, you do not need 2 layers of two steps. It will require multiple steps to prove your identity. And you can enter the website only you can prove your identity in multiple ways. So this is how your multi-factor authentication works. So let me go to the next. The next in a row is learn about phishing scams. So be suspicious of every email, phone call, and flyers. Phishing attacks, they are usually the practice of sending fraudulent messages, that appear to come from a legitimate resource. So it is usually done through email, and the goal again here is to steal your sensitive data or your login information, or it can be to install malware on your device also. And I must say that 90% of ransomware attacks, they originate from phishing attempts only. So here are a few important tips which you must remember to avoid this type of phishing scam, to become a victim of phishing scam. So don't open email from people you don't know. This is the bottom line. Please don't open. If you get any email that you have won a lottery, or you have won that your login ID is not working and you need to register again by clicking on this link. So please don't go for this type of emails. Then even if you think that this mail is from a reputable resource, from a legitimate resource, and they have shared some link to click on, please hover over that link. So when you hover over that link, the complete URL of that link will appear on the lower left corner of your device. So that will give you a clear idea of whether that URL is authentic or not. So please ensure that the URL is correct. Only then click on that link. Be suspicious of every mail sent to you. Look where it is coming from, whether all these spelling, there should be no grammatical error in your emails, and it should come from the look for the spelling mistakes, and there's a slight change in the URL. It appears to be very much similar to the reputable source, but it is not. So please be aware of it. And one last point, which is very important to remember, is that malicious links can come from your friends too who have been infected. So even if your friend is sending you some link, don't go for it like my friend has sent it, so he cannot do anything, he or she cannot do anything wrong to me. It may happen that your friend is also infected, and the infected mail is coming to you. So please check the link, any link on which you are clicking. Please make sure that the link is correct and it is authentic. Only then click on that link. Okay, and one more point of caution here. I would love all of you to try this today. Go to haveibeenporn.com and please enter your email ID. You will get a long list, might be, or it can be a short list also, of all websites where your data, your email ID has already been compromised. So please try today only, and go to all those websites and please delete your accounts from those websites on which your data is getting compromised. So wake up today only, I think, and give it a try. So next in a row is protect your personal identifiable information. So it is any information that can be used by cyber criminals to identify or locate you. So it can be your name, your birth date, your address, your Aadhaar card number, your IP address, your location details, any sort of data which can help you to identify which can help hackers to identify you. As social media users, we tend to overshare details. Every day we love to post our pictures and love to share the information. And there are hackers sitting there who are there to steal our sensitive data. So it is recommended that you only show very minimum about yourself on all your social media accounts. And please do not add your house address, your birth date, and or any other sensitive information which can increase your security risk of security breach. Hackers, they can use your information to their advantage. So it is very important. And as a social media consumer, a very important point of advice is that you should regularly, it can be either biannually or it can be annually, or it can be quarterly also, if you are very much aware. So review your privacy setting. Please limit who can see your post, who can contact you, or who can post on your timeline, and who can tag you in certain posts. So it is very important, and it is a good idea to dive deep into these settings and become more aware of how you are sharing your personal information and your sensitive data on various social media sites. The last point of advice here is manage and clear cookies in your web browsers. Cookies, they are small files which are created by web browser at the request of the website, and it is stored in our computer only. And these websites, they store our information like our login credentials, and if we are shopping from those websites, so they will store our shopping cart content. They will store these files, and these are stored on our computer also. So it becomes we can say another way that hackers can steal our personal identifiable information. So it is a very good idea to clear your cookies ever so often, and this will definitely reduce the amount of personal information which is available on our device. So this will reduce the risk of hacking also. So let me share with you how you can clear cookies. So again, I'm sharing the example of Google Chrome only. Click on the three buttons which are present on the top right corner. Then click on the go to more tools and clear browse data, and another clear browsing data window will open. And here you will get so many options, like you will get a time range. You can select the time range of your choice, and then you can click on the clear button to clear your cookies. So please do it timely, like regularly. Like again, it can be binary or it can be quarterly, depending upon how much sensitive data, how much you browse, and how much you remain on internet. Now next in a row is use your mobile devices securely. Our mobile devices, they have been discovered to be a target of over 1.5 million new occurrences of mobile malware. So mobile security is very, very, very crucial. So here are some quick tips. The first one I must say is, again, create a difficult mobile password. So I've already shared how you can create a difficult mobile password. Next again is install apps only from trusted sources. If your friend is sharing a link with you, okay, please click on the link to share, to install any app. Please don't do this, because that is not at all safe. Install apps only from Google Play Store or iOS Store. Then again, keep your device updated. I've already shared you how you can keep your device updated. Then perform regular backups. Again, I'm going to share how you can make a good backup in the next few slides. And then one more point of advice is that avoid sending your personal identifiable information or any kind of sensitive information over text messages or emails. Please don't do that, because you are again at risk if you are doing this type of jobs. Next is backup your data regularly. This is the point I was talking about in the earlier slide. So backup is it is usually an overlooked step in online security. We usually overlook. We say that we will never become victim, because we always remain ourselves very safe, and we have everything on our device. Plus, please don't go for it. Anyone can become a victim. So it is always a good choice to have a backup of your data. And today I'm going to tell you a very simple procedure of taking a backup. Follow 3-2-1 backup rule. You can see here. So 3-2-1 means what? Store 2 copies on 2 different type of medias, one on your local hard disk, and it is always advisable if you have a lot of sensitive data. So please buy one external hard disk also, and store your data on external hard disk also. And you can keep 1 copy in the offsite location, that is on cloud storage. So I think it is not very difficult. Make it a habit to take a backup regularly. Again, it can be anything. It can be binary or it can be quarterly, depending upon like how much data you have. So, so next time, by chance, I'm not saying that you will become a victim, but if by chance you become a victim of ransomware or malware, you have your data. You can clean your system. You can, erase all your system data, and you can quickly use your recently backup data. So this is very simple. Next is don't use public Wi-Fi. So, public Wi-Fi is available everywhere when we are traveling to the airport, or when we are going on vacations, or when we are having coffee at Starbucks. So it is available everywhere, and we love to use public Wi-Fi. But, hackers, they frequently visit these spots to perform Wi-Fi sniffing. And they use these methods to steal our sensitive data. So my advice is that don't use public Wi-Fi for accessing, especially your accounts, or your social media accounts, or your bank accounts or something. But if by chance it becomes very important, very essential to use public Wi-Fi, so there are a few steps. Turn off the network sharing feature, very important. So from your device, turn off this feature. So with network sharing on, cyber criminals, they can easily access the documents, special documents, or other media which is stored on your device. So if it is turned off, they will not be able to access it. And if you're in absolute need to use public Wi-Fi, then I suggest you that please use a virtual private network. So the VPN does what? Actually, it creates a secure tunnel to internet, and which acts as a conduit between you and your internet service provider, and by encrypting all the entire connection. So by doing this, actually service providers, they can't see what websites we are accessing, and the websites which we are accessing, they won't be able to see our IP address. They will only be able to see our VPN's IP address. So it is definitely protecting our sensitive data, and it becomes really difficult if you are using VPN and for threat actors to obtain access to your data. Then if you don't have VPN, then I must suggest you to please use your cell network. Don't use mobile network. Don't use public Wi-Fi if you are accessing your sensitive information on using internet. Then again, one more point of advice, one more good advice is that please turn on your private browsing whenever you are surfing the web on a device which is not yours. It will it will definitely help you to minimize your trail of online activities, and it is also helpful when you are checking your personal mails, or you are checking your accounts on a device which is not yours. So it doesn't store cookies if you are using private browsing, and it will help prevent others from accessing your personal accounts and your sensitive data, obtaining your sensitive data once you leave the system. So this is a point of advice. Please follow. I think you must follow it. And then I have shared like how you can turn off network sharing on your window computer. So for this, again, you have to go to your control panel and then locate network and internet. And then on the second screenshot, you can see that you have to, you are now in your network and sharing center, and you have to select change adapter setting. And then a pop-up window will open, and please go to properties, and then you select your Wi-Fi and go to properties, and there you have to disable your connection sharing. So be sure, make sure that this checkbox is not checked, because if it is checked, it means your network sharing is on. So please uncheck this checkbox and then click on OK. Then the next and the last one is browse only secure HTTPS sites. So if you are using again any type of online banking, or you are checking your social media accounts, please, it is advised that any or e-commerce website you are doing shopping, so please ensure that your website, you are using HTTPS website, because it ensures that your connection is private. And extra measures have been taken by these HTTPS websites to secure your data. And what you can do, you can also check for the close padlock icon, which is present on the upper left corner of your browser, and you can also see for the keyword secure. So you can also click on the padlock to learn additional information about your connection, which includes, permissions that have already been granted to that website, information about the website, and SSL and TLS certificate, and then the number of time that site has been visited, your cookies which have been stored there. So a lot of information is there which you can always go through. And last but not the least, you can also read the privacy statement if you really want to be much sure about the website you are visiting. So you can read the privacy statement, and this will explain you how the website collects your data and how it uses. And this privacy statement you will find either in the header menu or footer, or in your contact us list. And even then, if you're not sure whether your website which you are visiting is secure or not, then you can always use these websites to check whether your website you are visiting is secure. You can go to Google Safe Browsing or VirusTotal's website security checker. So this will give you a quick report within seconds, and it will tell you whether the site which you are visiting is legitimate or not. So these are the 10 commandments. So I have already shared a big list of do's and don't do this. But when we teach this to children, especially children, it becomes very boring. So what I have done to, I really want this information. I really want that you retain this information and keep this information forever. So I have designed few Android games also for this. So very first, as you can see on the screen, is Smart Netizens. So this is a game which is available in 9 languages, 7 Indian regional languages, along with English and Hindi. And there are 2 games how you can secure your digital footprints and how you can secure your digital devices. So there are a few set of statements which you have to put in at the right place within the stipulated time. And if you can do this, you will be able to win this game. And then there is one more game. I think I will not. We have some time constraint also. The next one in the row is Safe Netizens. I will share these links. If you can, Shivani, share the links in the chat window, so that so everyone, or on YouTube, so that everyone can get access to these games. So the next one is Safe Netizens. Again, on this there is a pawn, and you have to move it to the stipulated path, and there are hackers which are sitting in between, as you can see, wearing red hats. And you have to answer the question, and once you answer the correct question, once you give the correct answer to the question, you'll be able to move further, otherwise you will be blocked. And then last and not the least, a musical recap which I have promised with you. So Shivani, shall I have a permission to play this song?
Yes,
so
yes.
The song, which has been written by me, and it is sung by my student.
Definitely, please.
So I hope it is audible. I don't know whether it is audible or not. Is it? It is audible?
No.
No. So, one sec. So what shall I do for that?
Have you shared share audio as well?
I don't think so. Might be I have not shared. Shall I share the link with you, or?
Yes.
I think that will be better if I share the link with you. So I'm sharing it in the chat. So I've shared it in the chat. Please play this song. I hope everyone will like this. This is a recap of what I have already discussed.
If you stop sharing, I will share my screen.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
जैसे जैसे भारत डिजिटाइजेशन की तरफ you can go to full screen
बढ़ रहा है, वैसे वैसे देश में साइबर खतरे भी बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। अगर आप आंकड़ों को देखेंगे तो पाएंगे कि भारत साइबर फ्रॉड के मामलों में आज तीसरे नंबर पर है। आपको यह जानकर आश्चर्य होगा कि भारत में हर 10 मिनट में एक साइबर फ्रॉड हो रहा है। पिछले कुछ सालों में साइबर फ्रॉड के केसेस की 40 से 50% तक की वृद्धि हुई है। अगर हमने इस मामलों पर ध्यान नहीं दिया तो यह बढ़ती 100%
Yo. Yo. Who's your boy? I'm back again, baby. Back again. खतरा ना अब ले कोई मोल. 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 तेरा डाटा है अनमोल. इसकी सुरक्षा तेरे हाथ में. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. सोशल मीडिया पर जब करना हो कुछ पोस्ट, सोच समझ के करना तो मेरे दोस्त. एक बार जो तुमने हैक कर दिया कुछ शेयर, उसको मिटाना है मुश्किल तो मेरे तो डियर. फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट जब करे तू कोई एक्सेप्ट ना करना. तू जल्दबाज ये ना है कोई फेस्ट. ऑनलाइन फ्रेंड अगर तुझे कर रहा परेशान, ब्लॉक कर रहे उसको और छुड़ा ले अपनी जान. वेबसाइट को जो तू करे कोई विजिट, HTTPS तक ही तो रखना तू लिमिट. ग्रीन पैडलॉक का भी तो रखना है तो ध्यान. बेध्यानी में बेटा ना तू हो जाए यूं परेशान. पायरेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर से रहना सावधान. ये तो है वायरस से भरा हुआ सामान. डाउनलोड ना तो कर तू पायरेटेड सॉन्ग्स. रख ले अपने कंप्यूटर की तू तो लाइफ लॉन्ग. खतरा ना अब ले कोई मोल. 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 तेरा डाटा है अनमोल. इसकी सुरक्षा तेरे हाथ में. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. ऑनलाइन गेमिंग की तो मत लगा तू लत. क्यों मारी जा रही है तो तेरी भी तो मत. जान माल का भी तो हो सकता है नुकसान. फंस गए तो बाबा तुम तो हो जाओगे परेशान. फायरवॉल को तो भी तू कर ले यूं अप्लाई. ये तो करते हैं दूर वायरस की सप्लाई. सॉफ्टवेयर को अपने तू रख ले अप टू डेट. मालवेयर को भगाने में तू हो ना जाना लेट. जब ऑनलाइन ट्रांसफर तू करे तो मनी, याद रखियो मेरी सारी बातें हैं सच्ची. पब्लिक वाईफाई का तू मत करियो इस्तेमाल. वहाँ बिछाए बैठे हुए हैकर्स अपना जाल. पासवर्ड को तो हम छुपा कर ही डाले. ऑनलाइन ट्रांजैक्शन सेफ हम बना ले. कार्ड की इंफॉर्मेशन तो हम करे ना तो शेयर. इसको शेयर करना ना तो है तो मेरे भाई डेयर. कार्ड स्किमिंग से भी तो बचना है जरूरी. क्लोन कार्ड चुरा सकता है तेरा डाटा जरूरी. डिजिटल इंडिया को तो हम अग्रसर यू बनाए, पर जरूरी सावधानियां भी तो हम यू अपनाए. खतरा ना अब ले कोई मोल. 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 तेरा डाटा है अनमोल. इसकी सुरक्षा तेरे हाथ में. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. सीखे आज ही. साइबर सुरक्षा सीखे आज ही. यो कैसे रही? बहुत शानदार. Be cyber safe. Be cyber secure. Akshay Sharma signing out.
I must say, amazing. I do not have any words right now. Like, this has been amazing, Vinita.
Do you feel that transitioning into a data science career is hard? Are you confused about which tools and skills
I think it might be playing up again in the background, I guess.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. So thank you so
Yes,
much.
you
I
are.
hope you like this song. And this is an effort just to make everyone aware of, the young generation today. They love to hear rap songs. They never want to listen whatever lecture we want to give them. This was just an attempt to make everyone aware. And I hope you will like the games also. Once you play, I think, everyone from, I must say age from 8 to 80 years, they love playing games. So that is why these are some innovations which I have done just to make sure that everyone is cyber safe and cyber aware of all the threats.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Vinita, for sharing this. I must tell this has been like amazing information that you have shared, and the kind of creativity that you have shown along with Akshat, I believe. It is amazing. We haven't seen anything kind of that, like, from any of the speakers. This has been like fabulous. And thank you for taking your valuable time out. I really appreciate.
Thank you for having me. I really thank you. I can't thank you people enough for giving me a chance, and let us connect in future also. Thank you so much.
Okay, just